Hi guys, Brittney with America's Scores here, and we are here for our next writing lesson. So as you can see, it is similes, not smile, as many people always seem to think is what this says. It says similes. So similes are a way of comparing two things in your writing. So it is makes your writing more descriptive, more fun, more interesting when you compare something. Instead of saying something is hot, you can say it is hot as fire, because that gives you a much better description of how hot something is. Because hot can mean a lot of things. Cold can mean a lot of things. Tired can mean a lot of things. So simile helps you kind of define what that means and kind of work with it. So as always, we are going to start by defining the term that we are working with today. So that would be simile. So what is a simile? As I just said, it is a way to compare two things using the words like or as. A simile adds interesting description, voice, and detail. As I said, it can make it very, your poem such more interesting, more specific, more fun to read. Now with the simile, because metaphors kind of do the same thing. Now similes have a very specific way of figuring out what they are. If you see these two words, like or as, in a poem with a description, so it says, I am as funny as a clown, or I am as tall as a tree, you're looking for the words like or as. If you see those, you're looking at a simile. So if anybody ever gives you a test or a quiz, or ever you're looking at a piece of poetry or a piece of writing and you're like, does this have similes in it? Look for the words like or as. So those are secret key words that you need to know in order to determine if a comparison is using a simile or not. So what I first want you to do, in order to kind of get an idea of how similes can help you see an image and make an image in your mind and help you convey an image, what you're going to do is you're actually going to draw something for me. So what I want you to do is I want you to get a piece of paper, get some markers, crayons, pencils, whatever you have available, and I want you to draw what you see here. So what I want you to draw is I want you to draw grass, that the grass is as green as emeralds. So what does that mean to you? Think about emeralds. If you don't know what an emerald is, maybe Google it. It's a type of gem. The sun shines like a flashlight. The soccer fans roar as loud as lions. The goalie guards the goal like a bird protecting her nest. So we've got 4 different similes there. We have grass that is as green as emeralds. Again, see our word as. So he's telling you how deep green the grass is. The sun shines like a flashlight. So it's telling you how it's shining down on things around you. Again, the secret word there is like. The soccer fans roar as loud as lions. So there's our comparison, roar as loud as lions. So when you're drawing your picture, how do you think that looks? What do soccer fans look like when they're cheering? Especially when they're cheering so loud that they sound like lions. And the goalie guards the goal like a bird protecting her nest. So think about when you see birds outside or any other animal that's protecting its nest. It looks like a very specific thing. So I want you to think about when you're drawing your goalie, how does that look? Where are their arms? How are they standing? So take a few minutes, pause the video, leave this up so you can have a reference to it, and look at it and decide. And draw your picture. Draw that grass. Draw that sun. Draw those soccer fans. Draw those people in the field. Draw the goalie. And then come back, okay? So now that you have drawn your picture using those similes to kind of give an idea of how a simile can help you see something. So though each of those similes helped us understand what the image that we were talking about looked like. So you were able to draw it because you had those similes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to read this poem. We're going to reference some of the similes, and then we're actually going to do a Kahoot quiz in a second. So it says, this is called My Dog is Smelly as Dirty Socks and Other Funny Family Portraits by Hannock Pivot. So my dad is as jumpy as a spring and as playful as a spinning top. He is as fun as a party favor, but sometimes he's as stubborn as a knot in a rope. My baby brother is sweet as candy. That is true. But he never stops crying. He's as loud as a whistle or maybe a horn or even an alarm clock. No, louder. He's as loud as a fire truck. So there's a lot of different similes in there. So we're just going to go through a few of them. So the first says, my daddy is as jumpy as a spring. So that obviously means that their dad likes to jump around, has a lot of energy. And if you don't know what a spring is, think about, it looks like a coil of metal. It's usually in a bed or something like a couch. There's springs. it makes things bouncy. As playful as a spinning top. So again, this is a toy. You might not know what they are, but you know, I have seen a real spinning top, but it's a toy. It stands on a point and it just spins around really fast. So her dad seems like a really fun person from this description we're giving. You know, I'm picturing someone who's going to go play with you, going to run outside with you, maybe play tag, stuff like that. And he's as fun as a party favor. So party favors are fun. Those are things that you kind of shoot off and then make confetti everywhere. So obviously she's giving us this idea that her dad is a fun, exciting, non-stop moving person. But she says he's stubborn as a knot in a rope. So sometimes those knots you can't get out. So you think about him, okay, so maybe he can be a little stubborn sometimes. And then the next talks about her brother is as sweet as candy. So he's nice, fun to play with, but he's very loud. So now her simile here is interesting because it is as loud as a whistle. So that we know can be kind of loud, right? We use whistles in soccer, you know those loud, or a horn or an alarm clock. So she uses a simile to compare kind of three things in a different way. But we get this idea that at the end he's as loud as a fire truck. So he's so loud, and you know, if you've heard fire trucks, they're so loud. So we have a very good idea from all these different similes, whether it's as jumpy as a spring, or as funny as a party favor, or as loud as a fire truck, exactly what she's talking about. So as we do with our onomatopoeia, we're going to do a simile Kahoot. So this is, again, a fun quiz. This will just kind of give you another way to determine, do you understand what a simile is? Do you know how to pick them out? Do you know how to give me those secret words, which are like and as? And then figure out how to use that, because we're going to write our own simile poem in a second. So as last time, when you're going to do a Kahoot quiz, go to kahoot.com. You're going to click on this blue play button here. It's going to take you to a screen that's going to ask you to put the game pin. So there was a number at the bottom. So it's 098000286. As you can see, 098000286. You hit enter, and it will take you to, give it a second to load. Okay, takes you to our simile quiz. Has nice little question marks on it. Down here, you enter your nickname. I would ask if you could use your real name, at least your real first name. That way we can have an idea who played. And then you hit OK, go, and it will take you to the quiz. As last time, I'm not going to run them through with you. This is, I'm going to challenge and let you do on your own. And I want to see how you guys do. So pause the video, put that code in, 098000286 into kahoot.com, play the quiz, and then come on back. Okay. So now you are back. You have played the Kahoot quiz. You have looked at Kahoot poem. You have played a Kahoot quiz. You have looked at a simile poem. You have a better idea of what similes are and how to find them and how to write them. Okay, so now it is your turn to write a simile poem. So in order to write a poem, I have created this kind of chart for you. That way it is a little bit easier for you to write a poem, because it can be a little tough sometimes when you're writing a simile poem to kind of figure out how you want to do it, whether it's, you know, putting the qualities in the objects or figuring out what do you want to compare. It can be a little bit difficult. So what I did is I created this nice little chart for you. What I want you to do is on one side, write the word qualities, and the other side, write the word object. So qualities are the way something is, or the way something behaves or is or feels or sees. So as you see here, I gave you some examples of what qualities are. So I have sweet, hot, smelly, bright. So these are different ways something are. So something can be sweet, something can be hot, something can be bright, something can be smelly. So I want you to write qualities on one side. Just think about it. You can, now if you want, it can make it a little bit easier if you want to write about something. So write about mom, or write about dad, or write about your dog or your house. So maybe pick a topic, write some qualities, and then the other side, write objects that have those same qualities. So you can see I wrote sweet, and the object is cake, because cake is something that is sweet. I wrote for hot, I wrote fire, because fire is something that is hot. Smelly, I wrote garbage, because garbage can be very smelly. Bright, I wrote sun, because the sun can be very bright. Because what you're going to do is use this to help you write the similes as you're writing your poem. So if you're talking about your mom and you want to say she's sweet, you can say she's as sweet as cake, or as sweet as candy, or she is as bright as the sun. So this way you can have some ways and some things that can help you write your poem at the end, okay? So I want you to take a time, I want you to pause, I want you to pick your topic, whatever you want to write about. I want you to write some of the qualities that that could have, and then write some objects that have those same qualities so that you can then compare what you're writing about to that other object. So again, you can compare mom to cake because she's sweet. Mom to the sun because she's bright, okay? I know it can be a little tough. Try it and see what happens, okay? Now that you have shared your poem, you've written your poems, it is time to share them with us. So we want to hear your poem. So you're going to use flipgrid.com as always. You're going to put in the code writing poems, and you're going to find the simile topic, and you are going to submit your beautiful poem to me. Again, it is not, don't try, don't get too upset if it's difficult to figure out similes. Just see if you can get at least one in your poem and see how it goes, okay? Remember, once you submit 5 videos to us about any topic, it could be 5 writing, it could be 5 soccer, or it can be a combination of both, you're going to earn a $10 Walmart gift card. But you got to get those 5 videos into us, okay? So we cannot wait to see your poems. We cannot wait to hear them. And we will see you guys next time.